Jay Leno last night made a splash at the SEMA convention in Las Vegas, unveiling his new GM-designed Supercar. But looks alone aren't the only thing that sets this car apart.
It's got a Honeywell LT101 jet turbine engine in it. Runs on biodiesel, 100% biodiesel.
Biodiesel turbine.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So it's you run out of fuel, you wait for the harvest to come in, you grow more corn, you get back on the road.
Called the EcoJet, Jay's new ride, complete with hidden rear-view cameras, was kept under strict secrecy until last night's unveiling.
See what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Wow. It runs through we had Alcoa built a frame for us, aluminum extruded frame. The body's all carbon fiber. The transmission is Chevrolet Corvette Z06 automatic, because you can't really run a stick through the turbine, it doesn't quite work. C6 suspension parts, front and back, and brakes, and custom interior. Custom interior. Everything is purpose-built for the car. Yeah. It's not a production car. It's not something we're going to build to make money on. It's just something I thought would be fun to do. Because living in Hollywood, you get a lot of Hollywood friends, so it's got a cruelty-free interior. There's no leather, there's no animal products. It's BASF paint that's environmentally sensitive to California. So we tried to, we want to see if we could build a supercar that would follow all the rules and still be fast without being a Prius.
Environmentally friendly, that's right. I mean, as I said, and I love the idea of doing what they call a cruelty-free interior, so if Pamela Anderson wants to come for a ride, she's not going to sit in the end.
So you've got the jet bike and now the jet car?
And the jet car.
Is it all jet now?
It's the Jetsons, ladies and gentlemen.
When's the rocket car coming?
Well, this is the rocket car.
Yeah?
That's basically what it is.
Afterburning.
No, it's not afterburning. No, it gets a little too much.
And are you going to drive this around LA?
I hope so.
Yeah? Have you driven it?
No, we haven't driven it yet. This is as far as we've gotten. The interior's not in it yet. The engine's in, chassis done, suspension's done, body's done. This is just to give people an idea of this is where we've got to up to this point. As I said, since it's not a production car, we don't have any deadlines to meet. It's just, I'd like to think this is what the average gearhead would do if they could afford it.
And unlike GM, money was no object. They knew they were coming to me. Jay, this is what we need. Fine, whatever you got to do. As you know, I am president of the More Money Than Brains Club. And this is the back end I like. It has sort of, I don't know, it's just very sexy Batmobile Jetson. I don't know, I just like the look of it. And hopefully the rear is what most people will see. This is
I think, the turbine car and the way Jay's approached it, with it being environmentally friendly, being biodiesel, I think it's a great spin, on something that's very contemporary and it's really, on people's minds, that it's fast, it's safe, it's sexy, it's beautiful, but it's also green.
No, I know it's got a Honeywell jet engine in it, but it's got some real GM stock parts on it, doesn't it? Can you tell me about some of the parts? I know a lot of Corvette stuff on this car, right?
Yeah, the parts aren't exactly stock. We early on settled on a general agreement which would have had the car based loosely on the Corvette Z06 C6 frame. So it was a hydroformed aluminum frame. We wanted to go that route for weight and the fact that it is a body-on-frame configuration. It would allow us the flexibility we needed to create the car. It also had the advantages of picking up the corners, the existing suspension components, the braking components, everything that was proven from a dependability, a serviceability, and a performance standpoint that allowed us to basically get within the window of performance that we wanted at a very quick rate.
Do we all get rides?
We're first.
Yeah, the guys that design the car get to actually drive it first, I think, before popular mechanics, right?
Well, that was part of the interesting thing about the interior approach, actually, because what we learned early on in talking with Jay and Bernard, his chief mechanic, is that all of the cars are only driven by two people. It's either Jay driving it or it's Bernard test driving it after he's worked on it. So that immediately ruled out the obvious kind of adjustability that you might have. And what we've actually done is gone in and tailor-fitted the car to Jay's anatomy. We took measurements of his upper body, his thigh, his torso, all of that went into placing him in the best ergonomic position for the vehicle. Then Bernard was kind of the second one that came in, and we have a secondary set of pads that allow him to drive the car at the same time because of their different sizes. But basically it made it a much tighter arrangement as a result.
But one of the funniest things was we were trying to figure out when we did a static seating buck and trying to get him in and out as smoothly as possible. He was not so concerned about that. He goes, if there was a little drama getting in and out, that wasn't a bad thing, because it all has this persona of a supercar.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like the F1, you got to get over one seat to get in the center seat to drive. So he was very, that's kind of a dream for us. It's like, okay, he's an enthusiast, so there's a lot of compromise that we can use on our end to make it look better.
Yeah, it's not like designing the next SUV where people have to be able to get in and out of the car real easily. This is Jay, and he's a car enthusiast, and he'll put up with an inconvenience or two to have a neat looking ride.
If he wants to drive it, he'll get in it. So.
That's right.
A car with character.
Yeah.
Well, you guys keep producing these cool supercar concepts. You're going to actually have to build one of these days for the public.
Well, at least one for Jay, and then maybe two more for us. So.
Oh, really awesome job on the car. It's beautiful.
Well, jet turbines are pretty good. The mileage is not particularly good with a jet, obviously, but since it's a renewable fuel source, you're not using fossil fuels, that's okay.
And when are you testing it?
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months, hopefully.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you.
And Popular Mechanics will be there.